Spunky. You gotta put that out though.
Blow this. You're ruining the holiday
Hi,
aesthetic.
happy holidays. It's episode 233 of
Make a wish with me.
Of Hello Dysfunction with Potafria. And that's it. We have a Christmas tree scented candle.
I'm Crystal.
Smells really good, but I don't want to have too many smells because I get sensitive. Like, I love candles, but I get sensitive to them.
We have a light up trailer.
I kind of feel like I want to sneeze.
Oh. I've already had a long day. Not going to discuss why. What happened?
She's doing the job she deserves.
Wow.
Yep.
I was definitely a raper in a past life.
I was telling her, I'm gonna start talking to her the way that Trix be talking to strippers and shit. Like, you're so pretty. Like, why are you doing this kind of work? Why you can do so much better.
Wasn't
like,
there a
you're
show
a
called-
better person. You don't need to do this. Like, I need you to be a
Wasn't there
hoe.
a show called World's Dirtiest Jobs?
Yes.
I could be on that.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She sent me can we talk about it?
I don't want to say what exactly happened.
All right, never mind. It was just ridiculous.
It involved more poop on the floor. We'll just say that.
Like, what is your life?
Super apologetic, but still, it's just been, it was rough.
To wake up to a text like that on your day off is like, that's what you deserve.
Yeah, it's not easy work. And, for everybody thinks that fucking I'm so well off. Should I get paid? Let me tell you,
not anywhere
brace
near.
yourselves. It's so much money.
Listen.
For the Bay Area, California, to do the fucking work that I do, it is $17 an hour.
Bitch.
You definitely
can't text me about no shit like that for $17
$17
an hour.
Most people won't get out of bed for that. It's nothing here. It's nothing. And like,
I don't want to sound spoiled or
but for the
whatever,
Bay Area's cost of living, it literally, that's poor people pay.
I'm not getting out of bed for less than $100.
Thank God
if
we
you
do
call
this
me
show.
for something, don't call me for less than $100.
No,
and that's
for real.
pushing it because I might still charge you gas.
Seriously, like, thank God we do the show. And then thank God, I like
scam.
helping people.
You work twists when you need to, you're
make it happen. Everyone, you gotta hustle if you live here.
you have to, or you will not survive.
Unless you're Richie rich.
Yeah.
Unless you're well off.
Yeah.
Like we've been told. Not. So yeah, long day. Wait, no, I want a different one.
So yeah, it's been a long day.
For sure.
My eyelashes are driving me nuts. You know how you get the lazy ones in the corners that are hanging and they're like way too grown out and they're heavy?
Mine are doing in the inner corner.
I shouldn't have those already and they're driving me crazy.
Maybe you have good growth.
I'm gonna have to call her because
Lucky.
I'm ready to rip them out.
Yeah, don't do that. I used to do that. Just pull them out when they start.
I've done
bugging
that.
me.
Yeah. Well, if I have one crazy one that's not being obedient, I used to rip it out.
When a fan twists and you can't, I'll pull it out.
Yeah. I'm not
for-
playing them games.
I got the other day, this might be boring for some of you, but I got a lash extension stuck under my eyelid and my eye was on fire.
How did that happen?
I guess it shed off and then just worked its
Went
way
for
up.
it?
Yeah, it took me like 25 minutes to get it out. Oh, my eye was burning.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a good time. For sure.
Okay, so listen to this.
Okay.
So I have a friend, kind of like an ex, like long time ago, friend that's in town, and we went to get dinner last night, and we were hanging out, and we're talking because I love blocking people. I do that.
For
If you piss me off, you're blocked. And this can go on for some years. There's some people that can tell you, like friends of mine that'll tell you.
Yeah.
so he's one of the ones that I've done that to. And I blocked him, I think it was like last year, or it might have been the beginning of this year. Anyway, because I was told that like they were running their mouth about me and all this shit, right? And so I was like, remember I asked you about it? I was like thinking like, why would you do that? So okay, of course he's telling me like, I didn't fucking do that. Let me tell you what actually happened.
I love this.
And I'm thinking, why didn't you tell me this before I blocked you? Then I wouldn't have blocked you, but whatever. So this is such a joke. What had happened was that nameless bum piece of shit that I had living out here not that long ago, was the one telling me that he was running his mouth to some guys about me and talking about me in a not so favorable way
while y'all was together.
No, okay, so the bum was saying that about my ex, my friend, saying, oh, some dude told me that he was bad mouthing you, saying A, B, and C, and like, why are y'all following each other? And I was like, well, that's my friend from hella long ago, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, you used to fuck with him, and like making it a big ass issue because they said this and this and that. And I was like, nah, like that's my friend, like from hella fucking, like 15 fucking years ago.
Right.
And I was like, nah. And so they kept pressing the issue. The bum kept checking, like, y'all are still following each other. Like, I thought I told you that they were saying all this. Like, why are you still following him? Making it a fucking issue. That friend don't even live out here or nothing. I ain't seen him in forever. So I was just like, fuck it. So I had asked him about it. He denied it or whatever. But I was like, to save argument, like, I'm just going to block him. Right.
Right.
So I did. So after I stopped like dealing with the bum and being friends with the bum, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to unblock him, you know? And so like, that's how we got, you know, reconnected. And then now he's in town and we went out. So he's telling me the reason that he said that, he made that up. No one fucking said that to him. No guy was like, oh, so-and-so is talking about your girl or whatever. Like he tried to make it sound. What the actual case was, they were both fucking that fucking slut hog. That same one out here.
Shut up.
And they found out or whatever about each other and shit. And that bitch, that bum, didn't want to get told on about it, because you know I had no clue. For those that don't know, I didn't find out about that situation until after he had been gone back home. Right. After, you know, he got sent away for being a drunk around my kids. Right. That is why I sent him up out of here. I didn't know anything about no other bitch.
Right.
I didn't none of that until a couple months later, after he had already been home and he was like trying to make me mad about some shit. So I was like, wait a minute, you're kidding me, right? And so he breaks it down and is like, yeah, like we were both fucking that bitch. And like,
that's crazy. That girl's living with her fiance.
With her fucking man. That's fucked up. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, if this bitch comes up in my life one more fucking time. So I'm telling him, I'm like, oh, you're finna set her up. Like, I owe her one. You gotta set her up. And so he's like, nah, like,
good. No, you don't need to
she
go to
blocked
no
me,
jail.
like whatever. He's like, she blocked me. I mean, you know, whatever. He's not really like, he didn't want that to happen. Right. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna let it go, because like I don't care that much anyway. Like, girl, you was doing some shit I didn't want to do. Like, more power to you. Whatever. You. Yeah. Right. It was kind of a solid to me. So right. But I couldn't believe it, right? So then, you know, today, you know me, I get on the phone today and I hit her man and I'm like, hey, I gotta talk to you. You ain't gonna believe this shit.
Guess what? There's another one.
Because mind you, he hit me like last month. I don't know if I ever told you this. He hit me and was like, do you know if she's still fucking with dude? And I was like, I don't even know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about. Like, that motherfucker been out my life, blocked. I will never know that name again in my life. Like, you know what I mean? But so I knew he still had my number and all that. So I hit him like, you're not going to believe this shit. So girl, he calls me from work and I'm like, listen, he already knew about him though. Oh. He just didn't know about the bum.
And he stayed with her, right?
Yeah, well, his reasoning was
he must really love her.
Well, he was fucking with a bitch around the time that she was fucking with. Yeah, so he let that one slide. So he knew about that one. He didn't know about the bum. So I'm like, whatever. Okay. I said, and he thanked me and shit. And Jesus I was like, Christ. My bad. I thought I had news for you.
Thank God that ain't my fucking relationship. That's wild.
I'm like, if this bitch comes up one more time, like, but I thought that's some sneaky ass shit. Like, you did that and you made me block my friend because you didn't want to get caught up. Because you knew the potential was there for him to fucking tell me. And you didn't know how close me and him were. And he probably would have told me.
I will say, the bum is smart.
A little.
Yeah, I mean...
He knows how to be sneaky.
Yes.
We'll say that.
A
narcissist.
Manipulative. Very good.
Narcissist.
Now are you being gay?
Don't be acting gay with me. She got her toes out and want to touch these brown Converse.
I finally got a fucking...
Cortez.
They're really cute. I finally got a pedicure after 4 months. Listen,
it wasn't that long.
Yes, it was. Because when she took my polish off, I said, oh my God, these are fucking dog toenails. They're curving over. I've never went that long. Ever.
Bitch. Dog toenails?
Yeah, they were fucking super curved toenails.
Oh, if I noticed that, I would have called the cops.
And I was making hella jokes and she was dying laughing. But bitch, they were bad.
How did we not notice that? You don't even be...
The polish on them,
it concealed it.
Camouflaged it. It was...
Because I'd have been roasting the fuck out of you.
It was bad.
You should have took a picture. Oh, I would have been roasting you.
Oh,
don't you ever in your life.
They were like this over the ends.
Bitch, touching the ground.
Wonder why my toes hurt when I got on tennis shoes.
My feet hurt. These shoes hurt my feet. Ouch.
So now they're all done and fucking...
Oh, so you got a new attitude now.
I do.
Wow.
I'm feeling fancy free now. Thank you very much. But no, it was bad. It was... Oh my God, I'll never go that long again.
You better not.
I just been
now
so
I'm gonna be
fucking
checking.
busy. I just haven't been able to make time.
You better make time.
I am.
Let me tell you about something I experienced last night that I do not fucking appreciate. I already left a Yelp review and I'm calling on all of our loyal listeners that love us to please also do the same.
Great. What happened?
Feel free to call and cuss out the owner. Leave Yelp reviews, I think would be the best thing.
Okay. What's
so
going on?
we were over in Marin, okay?
Of course.
And we went to dinner over there and I'm like, I don't know my way around anything out here. I don't be out here at all.
Do you know what city you were in?
No. So I just searched bars, local bars, so that we could keep drinking after we left the restaurant.
Yeah.
The first one that came up was the only bar close that stayed open until 2:00. All the rest were already closed. And this is at maybe 10 or something. So I'm like, okay, let's just pull up at that one. It's really close and we can, get a drink or whatever. So we go in there. I'm going to share the name first.
What?
That's your security system. It's called the Silver Peso or Silver Pesos or something.
Does it say what city? Because I'm really curious.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull that.
Okay. Because Marin is it going to be some racist shit?
Yeah, it is. It's in Larkspur.
Knew it. Fucking.
It's in Larkspur. So,
because they're the type of fucking white, liberal, rich people. Marin is known for being very liberal, ex-hippies.
Disgusting liberals, though.
Yeah.
Racist liberals.
It's the type that's I support Black Lives Matter, but don't move over
Not
here.
in my backyard.
Yeah.
I support it in Oakland.
Yep.
Not over here.
Yep. Alexa, shut up.
Stay out of our business. So we pull up, okay? And so they have this older black dude working the door or whatever, opening the door for people and shit.
Yeah.
Hella nice. Came and told me my lights were on and shit. I was like, okay. We go inside. It's tacky as fuck inside, wood, that light wood everywhere, and maybe wood paneled walls. I don't know. It was meant to look vintagey, but it was just ugly.
Trash.
Yeah, trashy basically. And so I'm like, this might be cool. It's like a dive. So that's my shit.
Yeah.
I was happy to be there. They have the game playing. There's some baseball game was on. Bunch of people, whatever. So it was pretty crowded. Mm-hmm. So we go to the bar and I'm like, I'm use the bathroom real quick. He's ordering our drinks. I come back and he didn't mention it, but I could tell he was kind of irritated. And I was like, oh, good. They had the stuff. They made me a Bloody Mary. olives, all the shit. What did he ask for? He asked for something, or he asked a question, and the bartender got hella smart with him. That was the first flag. And I was like, oh. And so I'm like, okay, so whatever. I'm drinking my drink. He has a beer and he has one shot.
Okay.
The shot I saw was poured from a bottle that had a lot of liquor in it. So whatever, we're watching this game. This girl is next to me. She keeps fucking bumping me, but I'm letting it slide. I'm like, if she bumps me one more fucking time, because she's not saying excuse me. But I'm like, I'm gonna let it go. Like, maybe she's drunk. We're in a bar, so I'm getting kind of, I'm just like feeling everything out, basically. So the people in there are being hella fucking loud about like this baseball game that's on. And, me and him are just talking, and like, we're not loud, like whatever. We're just talking. We're hella laughing, whatever. We're in a good mood. And he goes to order another shot. And the bartender, who I believe is the owner, looks at him hella fucking crazy. Mind you, he had one shot, one glass of beer. The beer is still pretty much full. Mm-hmm. He goes to order another shot, and the bartender is like, I don't know, I'll check. You might have drank it all. And like had this weird look on him the whole time he said it. And I was like, I saw the bottle. Like it, there was plenty in there. I was like, what did that mean? And he was like confused, and he goes, I don't know. That was weird, right? And I was like, yeah, very. So we wait, and he leaves from behind the bar and goes and walks around, and he's like talking to people. He never checks the bottle that we can see. And so I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. So he's walking around talking to people and shit. Was not going to serve him another shot. Whatever. He's drinking his beer, and he like says something, and like slaps his hand, not hella hard. It's very loud in there. I'm sure no one even noticed. Slapped his hand about whatever was going on with the baseball shit, right? All of a sudden, the owner is screaming in the back of my head as loud as he can, don't slap your fucking hands on that counter. I stop, and I turned around, and I was like, wow, that was not necessary. And so he goes, and so the person I'm with is like, whoa. He's like, oh, but when they do it, it's fine. But when I do it, it's a problem. So the dude like is saying some more smart ass shit to him. And I'm like, oh, we're not doing this. So the other bartender that said something smart at first, it's like a younger guy, he starts apologizing to me. And he starts being like, I'm sorry for that. Like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, nah, that was hella weird. I was like, I think we need to go. And so the dude I'm with is like pointing in the dude's face. And he's like, you just screamed like as loud as you possibly can for me smacking this bar watching the game. But everybody in here screaming, pounding their glasses, whatever. You ain't said nothing to them. So the dude like tries to walk off, and then like whatever, they're having their words, and I'm like, yeah, you need to close his tab. And so the guy that I'm with or whatever, he comes back and he's like, that was weird, right? I'm not tripping, right? And I'm like, no, that was absolutely fucking weird. And everybody else is hella fucking loud still. He ain't saying nothing to them. So it was clear he just didn't want us to stay. So, he closed out his tab or whatever. Again, that dude is like trying to give us these fake ass apologies. Not the owner dude that did it, but the other guy that was kind of acting weird also in the beginning. And I'm like, nah. I was like, nah, that's not cool. My drink, I didn't even drink my drink. He fucking signed the tab and we left. And I was just like, that shit, like that was weird. In the Bay Area of all places, that shit was weird as fuck. And it was just made very super, super clear, like, we don't want you here. And, I told him, I was like, I'm glad, because, in the past, he would have stole on dude. Like, he's the type to do that. Yeah. And I told him, like, I'm really glad that you didn't, because I saw you hop up off your seat and, like, start to get in his face. But I'm glad that we left, because I'm not familiar over here. And if you would have done that, I'm not trying to go to jail with the girls at home by themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's fucked up. Like, dude deserved, like, to get fucking socked up.
Yeah.
But on the flip side,
But then
you would have proved
exactly.
that
And I said that's the behavior that he expected.
Yes.
And we didn't behave the way they expected. You know what I'm saying? So I said for that reason alone, I'm glad that we just left, because they were probably waiting for us to cuss them out, act a fool, cause a scene, throw some shit, whatever. You don't know how hard it was for me to not pour that fucking drink all over the bar.
Oh, I do, because it makes me furious even hearing about it. Does this sound low to you? Sorry, it sounds a little low to me.
A little bit. Oh, is that peas or a calf? A baby calf?
It's a moo, a baby moo
in the backyard.
Yeah, no. Sound okay, better.
But yeah, he was just and when we left, he was just hot, and I'm like,
you left a review?
I left a review today, and I just explained the situation and how I saw that liquor he didn't drink it all. He had one shot and the bottle was full. So it was not, he lied to our face, and he said it hella smug. Like, I'll see if you drank it all, and then walked off.
He wanted y'all out.
You wanted us to leave. Like that.
Which is so fucked up.
But you were too pussy to but then I also told him, I have to be aware of what I look like. You know what I'm saying? But
judging a book by its cover, little do they know you tip well.
Exactly. And then what he looks like, we had to talk about that. But then this ain't no classy place. This was a dive. So, but every fucking body there was blonde and white.
Really?
It was weird. It felt weird to be in there.
Larkspur's very like that. When you get to Marin City.
Yeah. Does it get more diverse?
Very much. And when you get to San Rafael, both of those are very diverse. But when you're in Larkspur, Mill Valley, Tiburon, those ones are white.
I wish weird. I have no idea.
At least that's how it used to be when I worked out there.
See, and I have no idea about anything on that side. So, I was thinking, oh, cool, we found a dive. No, it was not for us.
Good. I hope that they read their Yelp reviews.
So the Silver Peso, which it shouldn't even be called that.
The nerve.
Yeah. And then you treat people like that.
In Larkspur.
Yeah, really disgusting. Disappointing. Super disappointing.
Sure.
Nobody should have to deal with that anywhere, but especially in the Bay Area. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously. Move somewhere else with that shit.
That makes me so angry.
Yeah.
I'll call and I'll leave a fucking review. In good news, the little bad otter, the air quote bad otter from Santa Cruz that used to jump on surfboards and shit
and try to attack people that were in. Yeah,
she just wanted a surfboard.
Yeah,
she had a baby. She's a mother.
Okay, girl.
She has a pup.
That's cute.
Isn't it so cute?
That's cute.
I wonder if she's gonna teach the baby to jump on surfboards.
Yeah,
I hope so.
She's gonna raise it right. To do justice, to do work,
to carry on the legacy.
Yes,
I hope so. When I read that, I got all excited. I was like, "Here's a mama."
That's cute. No, and she's just protecting her territory, and she wants people to stay the fuck away, and leave her alone. Weren't they threatening to find her and put her in captivity and shit? Leave her the fuck alone. She's being an otter.
You motherfucking.
She's doing what she's supposed to do.
She's ottering.
Yeah. How are you mad that she's ottering? Humans ruin everything.
Speaking of ruining everything.
What?
Humans.
You have a human story?
Oh, I have a few human stories. Just really quick. Meta is deleting so many pro-Palestinian accounts. It's crazy.
Including mine.
A few of them I follow were deleted. And other accounts were sharing.
Some of the biggest news outlet pages out of Palestine.
Eye on Palestine is one.
Yeah. And they're also deleting their backup pages. So it's very intentional.
You got deleted for a minute.
Yeah, it's censorship. And it's I explained. I got deleted 3 times in one day. What day was that? Saturday. I got deleted 3 times. I woke up and got deleted. And the fucked up thing is they were sending my notification emails in German. Do you think you're funny?
No, for real.
You're calling me a Nazi. Do you think you're funny?
You can't tell me it wasn't intentional. Never before have you received shit in German.
No, and I've had my account deleted before and had to get it back. All the shit, same email address. I haven't changed anything in settings. You're sending every time they did it, I got a notification in German. I had to copy and paste it in Google Translate, reply, and then wait, and then file an appeal, all that shit, and then I would get an apology letter in English. Oh, we made a mistake. We're sorry. Here's your account back. You can enjoy your account again. 3 times.
It's very infuriating.
Yeah. It's not going to silence me, though. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything wrong.
No one,
those other accounts aren't either. They're posting what's actually going on.
It's literally videos from Gaza. That's what it is. The
media is mad because this is the first genocide where it's all on social media.
Yes.
And like, we can't just go off what they tell us.
No.
We can see it for ourselves, and they don't like it.
And it's very, so many things are bothersome to me, but I woke up this morning, the first video I see is buildings bombed and collapsed and literally baby legs sticking out of the rubble.
I cry every single day. I cry.
And I know it feels like all I post on our account is stuff about Palestine, but
we try to break it up.
I try to, and then I feel bad for doing that. Like, it's a very helpless feeling. And I was talking with the man that owns the gas station, the one that made sure I was safe when my battery died. That night. He's great. He's Algerian. And we were having a conversation about what's going on this morning. And he had said, I'm starting to like Putin. And I was like, it's really funny how...
Putin been my boyfriend.
Oh, you've been in love with him. But I don't love Putin. And I felt bad for the Ukrainian people. However, think about this. The U.S. is mad at Putin. We are helping Ukraine. We are mad at Putin because he is trying to steal Ukrainian land and make it Russia, right? Israel has been stealing Palestinian land for years. In this situation, we are giving Israel money.
All of our money.
Decimate.
All the weapons.
Palestinians.
All the backing.
Make that make sense.
I told you, exceptions are made for those that we're in bed with. And it's very blatant and it's very disrespectful to people to just assume that we have to go along with it. Like we don't have, and how dare us speak out that we don't agree.
And we have our president saying today, I don't trust the Palestinian people because they lie. I don't believe the number of deaths reported because they're known to lie. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so insulting.
Why don't you click on some of these Palestinian accounts or non-Western media? You'll see for yourself.
Oh, they see.
I haven't seen, and if somebody has videos, I'm very open to seeing them. I'm just saying I actively went looking for, not because I want to see it. I don't want to see dead anybody, but I went to look for dead
all the footage
Israeli
that
videos,
exist.
right? I went to look for them, not because it makes me happy, but because there's reports of 1,400 dead, right? And I don't doubt some have died. I really don't. But I'm
Not
like,
1,400.
Where is funeral coverage?
Right.
Where are the videos? Everybody has a fucking camera on their phone.
Right.
Like, where are they?
Also, it's like, where's the footage of the people in the fucking parasailing or whatever over into? Where's all that footage? Why did it take you so long?
I saw one video of them parachuting down, but it's from far away. I can't see it. I might have missed some.
But like, where is all that? Why did it take y'all so long to respond? Like, all of this is very
6
orchestrated.
hours.
It's very orchestrated. Like, yeah,
it's really.
I just want it to be
angering.
over. I really just want it to be over so that people can stop being fucking
slaughtered,
annihilated.
And I was saying, number one, when is it going to stop, right? There's like over 6,000 dead, and half are children. And then what happens to Gaza after this? Is Israel going to steal that land? And then where do those people go?
They don't care. And Biden actually said today, just a few hours ago, that we have to stop feeling sorry for the people that are casualties of war, because that's just part of war. So basically, you have to stop feeling sorry for these kids.
Not going to feel sorry when you fucking drop dead on television during a speech. And I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying I'm not going to feel bad if that happens. And fucking Lindsey Graham, you're right behind him, because I can't stand you either. The fact that he goes on and makes a speech and then proceeds to tell Iran, if you do anything, we're fucking bombing you. And he literally says, we're dropping bombs on y'all. And then after that, Russia had said, if you fucking touch Iran, he said, if you touch Iran, I'm jumping in it. And then, if Russia jumps in it, here comes China, here comes fucking North Korea.
And I told you what I love is that China already sent them warships over there. Many. No announcement or anything. They sent, that was the announcement.
I think they sent 6 or 7 of them, just sent them over.
Warships, yes. And have them outside of Palestine. And I just think that, hey, you guys might want to chill out.
The scary thing is our technology is so much more advanced nowadays. If there's a World War III, Earth is fucking done.
Yeah, it won't be the same as World War II for sure.
No, and it's really scary, and it's fucking sad. There's got to be a way.
It has to end
for Palestinians to be free and have land ownership. Come the fuck on. It's so greedy. It's so fucked up. You got the prime minister's son vacationing in fucking Miami Beach. Exempt from the draft. Can you scream?
It's you could break as many rules as you want and no one has to answer for it. Isn't it gross?
But Russia, you're you're so bad. You're so fucking bad.
I just love that he sent 27 tons of aid and was like, and you better not touch none of my shit.
For sure. I don't think Putin's a great guy, but I don't think I think we're fucking hypocrites. I think we're fucking disgusting. And I hope the rest of the world knows that there's a lot of us that don't agree.
Oh yeah,
I think our president at all.
We're the worst of the worst. I think honestly,
we're bullies.
We're bullies of the world. And if something were to happen, God forbid, I mean, what the fuck do you expect? What do you expect? I wouldn't feel sad.
We're fucking. Oh, it's just infuriating. It's so fucking infuriating. Especially, I don't know if you watch. What's happening on the ground in Gaza, and not Western media, not CNN, not Fox, not fucking MSNBC, none of those. You actually watch the fucking raw video coverage
of who's dying and
devastating,
who's being blown to pieces. It's not any organized terrorists with weapons. It's not. It's children. It's families. It's innocent people that are supposed to be just considered casualties of war. Just
I was watching children dig their pets out of the rubble. Oh my fucking God. And they're injured themselves, these little kids. And they're like, I'm going to cry. They're like,
you're going to cry about the pets.
I'm just going to cry about the kids because, dude, I seen a video of a baby missing a head and the fucking dad running with the baby. Oh my fucking God. And we're
every day.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah. Because that's part of it. How can he say that? I don't know. It's I want to leave. I want to move somewhere else really bad because this is not where I want to be. This is not where I want any money that I ever earn to go. You know what I mean? Ever. Any penny I earn, I would never want any part of it to support our government.
Fuck no.
How do we find a solution? Where do we go?
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, you can donate to organizations. You can fucking protest. You can use your voice, your platform. Right. But
you can control where you spend your money. That's a powerful way.
Absolutely. And just FYI, we had a gift card that these were purchased with. We didn't give them more money. It's a really helpless feeling and it fucking sucks. And
does.
fuck our representation.
There needs to be a ceasefire, like, soon. Like, what are you waiting on? What the fuck are you? They just want to flatten the whole thing. I think they're going to let it go, honestly, and I hate this, and I hope I'm wrong. But I feel like they're just going to let it go until it's completely leveled, and then they're going to go ahead and take over that.
Yeah.
And where are those displaced people supposed to go?
Yeah. Thankfully, Ireland has been great. They sent another 13 million.
Yeah.
They also said that they would open up their country to refugees. And
Colombia has turned its back.
Love it.
On Israel.
Good.
They do not recognize them, and yeah, they're great. Switzerland is great. Like, there are people offering support for the refugees.
Yeah.
But, like, can they even leave?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
It's dirty from all angles. Like, we're gonna flatten your shit. We're
But
not
you're
gonna
in a pin.
We're not letting any aid in. So, like, there's no medicine and shit. Now they're doing surgeries on babies with no anesthesia. Like, all of this is disgusting. There's no pain medicine. There's no water. There's no electricity. Fuel. So we're gonna let you guys all suffer. We're not gonna let you leave.
We want your land, but you can't fucking leave it.
No.
We're going to drop bombs on you.
We want you to die on it, is
Who
what is the message.
in their right mind is supportive of this? Like, please, no friend of mine. Like, I'm serious. This is where moral character comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
Where I say,
this isn't something you can kindly disagree about.
This isn't where we spend our tax money. This isn't what roads we want to rebuild. This isn't fucking how much money we want to go to WIC and assistance programs. This is fucking moral character. If you're all right with slaughtering these fucking people like this, we don't align. Like, our views, our morality is so fucking far apart. So far apart.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And if you're fucking quiet about it, you know, like,
yeah, I'm still side-eyeing the people. Like, I get it. It's not a pleasant thing, you know, and I get it. I get how it makes you feel. And I know that, like, it's a downer. It's awful. But, like, to be quiet about it and, like, imagine, like, yeah, it's awful for us to see it and share it and read about it and watch it and whatever, but imagine how awful it is for them. I just feel like it's such a small fucking tiny effort of support that you can do by making sure that we're all on the same page. I don't think that's asking a lot to make sure we're all on the same page. We're all seeing the factual shit that's going on.
Yeah.
I just think it's such a tiny sacrifice that people can make.
I agree. And literally it takes fucking 2 seconds to say something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a lot. You know, we had a listener, a Palestinian listener that wrote in and was like, I can't thank you guys enough for using your platform and speaking up for Palestinian people. She said the last 2 episodes... Here I go again.
Don't cry.
The last 2 episodes, I've cried because I'm so grateful that you guys speak out. And she was like, I just want to tell you thank you. And I'm like,
it's just who we are. Like, absolutely. You don't need to thank us. Like, it's just who we are, and it's who we're always going to be. And like I said, like I was telling you, even if they did keep my account, like, I'm just going to make another one. Right. I'm not going to stop the content that you know what I mean? I'm not going to fall in line. I'm not going to close my mouth. I'm not worried about losing any followers or listeners or, you know, and maybe I'm not even going to say maybe I should be, but I don't care. That's never going to be a concern of mine. Right. I look at people like DJ Khaled and shit, who is 100% Palestinian and hasn't said a word at all.
Because he's probably afraid of losing money.
Of course. That's exactly why. And people are really frowning.
The whole reason this is fucking happening is money.
Yeah. And I just feel like that silence, like, that's why I said I'm so proud of Kaylani, because she really don't give a fuck. Yeah. She's out doing the footwork. She's at the marches. She's at the protests.
Videos of her at the protests.
She's using her profile. They've silenced her profile. She can't post on her stories right now. Like, but she's still going. Like, there needs to be more of that.
Definitely.
People with any size platform.
Especially influential people that, you know, with large platforms. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Just fuck.
Change gears a little bit. Peas is a liar.
She's not.
You
are.
The other day, they were in, the maintenance supervisor came to my apartment to collect like tools or something because they were remodeling the other bathroom. And, she loves to run up to people no matter who they are. Hi, and talk. And so she had met the guy like the day before or whatever. And so
she's like, my mom smells like poop.
He comes, giant mommy. So he comes in and he's like, where's my sweetie? Is she here? And I'm like, yep, hold on. So I get her and she looks him dead in the face and says, today's my birthday.
No, she didn't.
And I said, no, it's not. And
she's like, do you have money for me?
So I start laughing.
Her mother's daughter.
I said, it is absolutely not her birthday. And I looked at her and I was like, peace. And she looked at him and she said, today is my birthday. So I'm like, okay, you're lying again. So he was just crying, laughing.
Oh, she's her mother's daughter.
With a straight face. I love her. Birthdays are her obsession right now. She's gone to a lot of birthday parties lately. That was already like her favorite thing.
Yes.
She'll be like, Santana's birthday. Like she'll wake up sometimes and ask me.
The way she talks in the third person is so great.
I don't know where that comes from either, but she's lying about her birthday. So
Santana's birthday,
first thing when she wakes up.
I love her.
And then earlier I had just took a bath. I was like rushing out the house to go get her from school. She's like, kiss a hand, because she always likes to kiss my hand and kiss my arms and stuff. I think she does that to everybody, but I was like, okay. And so I'm putting her in her car seat and she goes to kiss my hand and she goes, smells like burger. And I was like, no, the fuck it doesn't.
For number one, like she eats hella burgers.
And I was like, no, the fuck it doesn't. Like, I just got out the bath. I haven't touched anything.
She's like, you're a stinky, meaty, greasy bitch.
You were eating a piece of meat?
You ate McDonald's without Santana?
Smells like burger. Girl, sit back and get the seatbelt on and be quiet.
Her.
She's ridiculous. She was in here playing airport a minute ago with Mark's new suitcase and kept saying Philippines.
Dragging it
she
around.
Says it really good. And she was going Philippines. And Stevie was like, hurry up. You're late for your flight. Hurry.
Love her.
She's so running funny. Down the hallway. Playing Filipino trip.
Oh, I love her.
Trip to the Philippines.
She's fucking great. She's so funny. Speaking of kids, have you seen... Paris Hilton. I'm not a Paris Hilton fan. She posted a photo of her son. And, he has a larger head than most babies. And people were saying the most fucked up shit.
People are really fucked up. Yeah. I see
people talk really fucking bad for her, dude.
I see it happen all the time. People post babies that look like little old men, and I just watch the babies get roasted, and it's really fucked up. Like, kids got to be off limit. And I saw she released a statement. She tried to be humorous. She was like, he has a really big brain, but she was like, you guys, he's totally fine. He's healthy, you know, and was like, there's nothing wrong with him. But the fact that you even had to give a statement, like, leave her the fuck alone with that baby.
For real. And then she went on to say, being a mom was like my biggest desire in life. She was like, I love it more than anything I've ever done. And then she said, if I don't post photos with my son, I'm a bad mother. But then when I do, the most horrible, hurtful shit is said. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Leave that baby alone.
For sure.
Like, we all saw, you know what I mean? And I looked at the comments and I was like, oh my God, like, they're going in.
Leave that fucking baby alone.
Leave the baby alone.
I have a few true crime stories. It's the spooky month right now, so I keep fucking coming across ones. I also have a ghost story that happened to me at fucking
Tell me that.
You want to hear that first? So on the stove, always sits on the very back burner is a large silver pot. And then there's like this round piece that goes to like some indoor grilling thing he has. And then on top of that sits a lid to the pot. So it's not connected in the pot. And it's been there since I started working there, over 8 months, right? I'm standing in the doorway. So I'm standing on the side. So the stove is like here, and then there's a counter. But I'm standing at my client's doorway. And I'm talking to him, but my peripheral, I can see the fucking stove. I'm not kidding. I see this fucking lid lift and go straight into the fridge and hit the floor. I fucking put that on everything dear I love.
Did you just freeze?
I went, oh my fucking God. And he goes, what was that? And I told him, and he said,
it was a metal lid.
Yes.
So it like banged hella loud.
Yes. And I said, oh my fucking God. And he goes, what happened? And I told him, and he goes, well, you know, the house was built in 1912. And he proceeds to tell me how he has felt. And, you know, he's a big believer in God, reads the Bible, all that shit. But he proceeded to tell me he has felt other presences, not meaning demons, but like somebody else being in the house multiple times. And he said he's had his own interactions.
He's like, girl, this shit happens all the time.
So then I proceeded to tell him about the stuff that's happened here. And he goes, well, damn, I don't know if your friend came here with you or if it's my friend. And we started laughing.
It's that time of year.
And I was like, oh my God. But I saw it fucking lift, go straight into the fridge.
Watching something is totally different than like thinking you saw something in the corner of your eye, or just hearing or noticing shit moved. It's very fucking obviously different when you see it in action. And that just reminds me of when our friend Neil used to tattoo at my apartment a lot, and he was at the end of my counter doing a stencil, and a loaf of bread raised up from right where he was and flew across and smacked my laundry room door,
which is insane.
And nobody was in that area with him, and he was occupied.
And who's gonna do that?
No. And he was occupied tracing a stencil, and was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, he was laughing though, like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I'm like, yeah, you know, he'd be jealous.
Yeah.
That was around the time when I had to go get readings and shit, because it was a lot of shit like happening back then. Especially now, little things happen here and there, but that was like in front of people's eyeballs. Like,
yes,
it happened with Debbie too. Some shit right before her eyes in that apartment.
It's crazy. The two main things I saw in this house were, Naya was with me to see this one. The cupboard doors open. Wasn't one. It was like 4 at the same time opened. And then when Mark was in the kitchen with me, neither of us were by the faucet, and the fucking faucet turned on. Insane.
It's like, hey guys.
I would like to know who it is.
Me too.
Is it Nona? Is it Dad?
I like to think it's her, because she's a motherfucker.
Yes.
And I'm like, I know she would be laughing her ass off doing shit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I always used to say, come haunt me. So I'm hoping, you know, it would be her.
But, you know, other people died in this house. Yes. And so, like, it could be them. Many people. Yeah.
Somebody with a good sense of humor.
Maybe you can call on like these new mediums that are popping up.
You know what?
And,
I'm sick of you.
And have them tell you what they sense.
Hey, we watched a wild fake medium today. It was the most insane thing.
It was the most fucking disrespectful, how dare you moment.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't fuck around with that shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Is don't play them games.
That's so shitty.
Don't pretend and play them games. But you know what? This bitch might be so crazy that she might believe herself.
No, really.
I don't know. But it's like that doesn't come out of nowhere. Like,
you don't just develop the fucking.
And that's what Bunny said, because Bunny was watching the beginning with me, and part of it, she was like, I went and I finally went and I got a reading, and they told me, you know what, you have the gift, and you're gonna do it too.
I guess I do.
Mind you, I will say that Guatemalan lady in Richmond told me that years ago, that would you ever want to do it? Like, you can do it. She told me that about myself. And I was like, yeah, no. But I'm also a very spiritual person and haven't had experiences, and this wouldn't be out of the fucking clear blue sky.
Absolutely.
For me. This person is like, you would have had some type of experiences to reference, to like be like, oh yeah, I had growing up, I did have, you know, A, B, and C.
Right.
This is so out of the fucking sky. Like,
you're a charlatan.
Knock it the fuck off. And then it was wild. We could go on for too long.
Don't do that to people.
Don't do that to people. Don't get people all emotionally triggered
Don't
for your fucking
Girl.
show that you're putting on. Don't do that.
So fucked up.
Don't fuck around. Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm a firm believer. Don't play with none of that shit anyway. Do not play no games with no spiritual shit, with no entities, with no idols, none of that. Do not, because you will find out the hard way.
Yeah. So I was listening to a podcast last night, and you know, if you're from the Bay Area, you're very familiar with the Polly Klaas case.
Mm-hmm.
I remember,
if you're of a certain age.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when it happened. I remember being on the phone with my quote unquote, I'll call him my crush. He was my boyfriend for like 2 weeks. But I remember him on the phone, so disrespectful, typical young boy goes, I'm like, did you hear about the girl Polly Klaas that was, you know, kidnapped from her sleepover at her house? Like, fuck. And he's like, yeah, she has really nice tits. And I'm like, you're going to hell.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That was a little girl.
Yeah. He was a little boy. We were little.
Where did the tits come from? Where did he ever see the tits?
He was fucking like a middle school boy. Photos of her, I guess. Yeah. It was so out of line. But that really sticks in my head from that time period. But I'm listening to the podcast and fuck, that fucking case is so fucked up, man. And I don't know if you know this, but during court, when he was on trial, Richard Allen Davis, I always get him and Curtis Dean Anderson mixed up. Curtis Dean Anderson is the one that was convicted of kidnapping Ziana Fairchild from Vallejo. Remember, he killed her. And then Mitzi Sanchez.
There were so many back then.
Was another one that he kidnapped, but she escaped and survived. But I get them two mixed up sometimes. But Richard Allen Davis, when he was found guilty and he was allowed to make a statement, Polly's dad, Mark, was in there. And for those that don't know, her dad, Mark, went on to start the Polly Klaas Foundation to help other families of missing children. I had a few interactions with him when I worked in Marin. He would come in, really nice man. But in court, when this fucking monster was allowed to make a statement during his sentencing, he said, and I'm not going to quote, but he said, I just want everyone to know I didn't molest, or I didn't diddle that girl, whatever word he used. I didn't molest that girl because as we were walking, she said to me, just don't do me like my dad did me. Bitch, trying. And Mark Klaas lost his shit in fucking court. And just
like, if you haven't already done enough.
You went into them. She was having a sleepover with her two fucking friends. He broke into their house.
Didn't he go in the bedroom window?
Yep. Took her. And then she was alive for some hours. And something happened with his car. And it was broke down on the side of the road. And he had her go sit up on a hill. And the cops actually stopped and were like, what's going on? And, you know, he shot the shit like, hey, brother, blah, 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 my car. Whole time she was fucking alive. They're looking for her.
Oh my fucking God.
It's a horrible.
And then he went back and got her.
It's a horrific case. It's so sad. But I don't remember him fucking saying that shit in court. So when I'm listening to this podcast last night, I'm thinking, you're a fucking animal. You're a monster.
Oh my God. He's like, let me victimize the parents more.
Can you imagine?
Let me double down.
So he's sitting on death row in California. You know, we don't execute. We have death row, but we don't utilize it. I have mixed feelings. But he's still alive. We're paying for that fucking monster to breathe.
Gross.
Yeah, fucked up. I got another one. I just came across this today and my mouth hung open because I couldn't fucking believe it. So
wait, before you do that, I was going to say something about the death penalty in Florida for child rape now that just passed. You know, in Florida now but okay, I saw some people saying how great it was, but it's actually not. And I'm going to say why. you don't get the death penalty for child murder in Florida. So you're basically encouraging whoever it is fucking with
Kill
this
the
kid
victim.
to kill the victim.
Yeah.
It incentivizes, is that the word?
Yeah.
The murder of the victim now.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that, because even myself, when I heard it pass, I was
sounds
like,
great.
Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, that's great. Kill him right away. Don't let him wait around like we do. Kill him right away.
Yeah.
But now I don't, it's like, fuck. Now they're encouraged
And then
to not leave a victim.
Yep. And then my mixed feelings regarding the death penalty are there are so many false confessions because cops, detectives have no rules, you know? And if
they're allowed to lie,
you're browbeating somebody for fucking 36 hours.
Yeah.
And they just, it's happened a lot,
yeah.
more than enough
in
times.
Cases where it's like super fucking obvious, like
DNA,
to where there's
fucking
those kind of cases where it's like without a shadow of doubt, kill them.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, I just hope it doesn't now encourage
people
more
to just kill the fucking kids. They're victimizing. Good old humans, man. Every day.
It's all like bad news.
Every fucking day. So I came across a headline. This is an NBC article. I just want to give them credit because I'm gonna read a little bit of it. But so there was a woman. So there's a man, let's start there, named Dexter Wade. He was 37 years old. He had some trouble. He was a great kid, really into computers, very smart growing up. He got into drugs, started hanging out with the wrong crowd. He did 2 stints in prison. He got out. He was finally diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar. Kind of explains the drug use, a little bit. He was living with his mother. He had went out one night and his mom didn't hear from him. So the next morning, she's like, this is so unlike him. He always comes home, and if he doesn't, he calls. She's looking for him. She calls her own mother, and her own mother is like, don't call the police. Now, her own mother tells her...
I feel like I might know this one, but go ahead.
Her own mother tells her not to call the police because she had a son. So this woman's brother, right? Okay, so there's a man that goes missing. He's 37.
Yeah.
His mother
calls.
Her mother.
Yes.
So mother one, the guy's mother,
wait,
had
it's
a
the
brother.
Grandmother, right?
Yes, there's
the mother calls her mother.
Yes, which is the grandmother. Young kid's grandma.
Yeah, okay.
Or 37-year-old's grandma. So the grandma had a son.
His uncle.
Yep.
Okay.
Who...
Why are you talking about these people like they're unrelated?
They had called I'm trying to make sure that everyone understands, because I keep saying mother and then mother. I don't want everyone to get confused. So, her son, she had a son. And when he was 60 years old, they had called the police because they had needed some help. Well, they ended up slamming him into the ground and killing him. And they actually proceeded with a case against the police officer. The police officer was found guilty of manslaughter. So the grandmother's like, don't call the police because
she's traumatized from what happened to her kid.
Rightfully so. So the mom thinks about it for a while. She's like, fuck that. She calls the police.
Yeah.
Files a police
Grandma,
report.
shut up.
Right? So, the mom proceeds to go looking for him. She keeps in touch with the detectives. I would just want to read a part of this article because I was like, oh my fucking God. So, this guy that's missing, he has 2 daughters. He's a decent dad to them, loves his kid, would never go missing on his own, wouldn't fucking run away. His mother had said prison really damaged him, though. Like, he came out very different. So he showed no signs of wanting to hurt himself. So on March 14th, the mom had called the Jackson Police Department to report him missing. And then, I'm sorry, I'm looking for this part. She kept in regular touch with the police. She called every week asking for updates, requesting they put his photo on TV, like some kind of help to help her find her son. She did her own search. She checked abandoned homes, driving around her neighborhood, asking people. His daughters would call their grandma asking if she had heard anything. She would say no. She called every week. Hold on. And then, sorry. Sorry. Let's see. An investigator.
I'm going to punch you.
I know. Sorry. I'm trying to like get my thoughts together. So I'm trying to say all of the stuff before I reveal what happened to him. So on March 8th, fuck it. I'm going to just say. So what happened was I'm not a fucking true crime podcaster. I'm not good at it. I don't have shit written down.
Let's go.
The article's written backwards, in sequence. So I'm trying to find, because I was mind blown.
We're not playing those journalism games.
Okay, here we go.
Tell us what the fuck happened.
March 15th, the day after he went missing.
The anniversary?
No.
Oh, okay.
So on March 15th, the day after he went missing, one of the detectives wrote in his notes, no family has been located yet, right? So then the mother followed up on March 30th and was like, is there anything new with my son? The detectives were like, no, we haven't heard anything yet. No new news. Whole time, when the man left the house, when Dexter left the house the night he went missing, within an hour of leaving, he was struck and killed by an off-duty fucking police officer. This is in Jackson, Mississippi.
And they covered it up.
They couldn't find an ID on him, but he had prescription bottles in his pocket with his name on it. Mm-hmm. They never notified the family. They left his body. After the coroner took care of it, they left his body there. Never notified family.
Wait, at the morgue?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Whole time the mom is calling, asking for updates. The fucking detective knows where her fucking son is and is saying, no new news, haven't heard anything. He sat in there for 172 days and they buried him in a pauper's grave, unmarked, nada.
Like a John Doe.
Yes. Eventually, she fucking found out.
How?
The article didn't say how she fucking found out.
That's bullshit.
She eventually finds out. You know, the police department is not giving a statement because I'm assuming the family is pursuing,
obviously,
some charges. Even though they found the off-duty sergeant to not be intoxicated, fucking any of that. Mm-hmm. No foul play, wrongdoing. But the fact that you killed somebody, knew that he had family looking for him, and chose not to tell them.
Wait, how do you know that he was not intoxicated or anything? How do you even know? How do you know anything?
The police said they did testing.
I wouldn't believe anything they
Absolutely
said.
Not.
It could have been the fucking secretary that did it.
He could have intentionally ran him over.
It could have been anybody and anything under any circumstances at that point.
So there's a report, that this officer killed this man. Accidentally, whatever.
So they made a report and hid it?
Yes, they made a report and basically was like, it's a fucking John Doe. And the coroner did an investigation on what killed him, left him.
So they did actually report the incident, just not didn't help discover the identity of the person.
As the mother filed a missing persons report, is reaching out to the police.
Oh, yeah.
Any word, the whole time they know.
Of course.
One of their own fucking ran him over and he's sitting in a pauper's grave, unmarked.
Cops are great.
How fucking horrible is that?
There's no limit to how far they'll go, I feel like, to protect their own. That's their code.
Like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking believe that shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. How sad. Can you imagine looking for your child?
Yeah. What's sad is that I'm not shocked at all. Like,
No.
Of course. I feel like we've heard stories like this before. Like, they just,
You're watching me cry and beg you for help. And the whole time my baby's in the ground
Doug
somewhere.
in trouble. I am not getting Doug arrested.
Doug's a good cop.
Doug's one of the good guys. We're not going to lose him on the force.
It's wild. Fucking wild to me.
Yeah. That's really fucked up.
I really hope they're able to pursue some type of fucking...
Is this a recent case?
Yeah. Yep.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Really gross.
Fucking gross is right.
In lighter news, Debbie, a lot of y'all don't know because I'm not going to say a lot, but some don't know because I've had people like write me like, oh, are you going to do another episode with Lil Debbie? Like, does she still rap?
God, no. We're not friends with Debbie.
And I'm like, she doesn't rap anymore.
We love her.
She is now like an EDM DJ and like goes by Kaposi.
And she's really good at what she does.
She's doing really fucking great. She just went to Amsterdam last week. She's been to China. She goes all over the fucking world, Japan, wherever, all over. But she had a show with Deadmau5, which is like huge in San Francisco this weekend. The day that all of my social media kept getting deleted. So I went and had a great time, got to hang out with my girls and had hella fun. And just the crowd, it was like a day party. It started like in the afternoon and it was so cool to see
her success.
Such a diverse crowd. Huge crowd. Diverse as fuck. Everybody was really happy. Might have been drugs. I don't know. It's kind of like that kind of music. But yeah. Everybody like having a really good time. I didn't sense any weird tension anywhere. I was there super people watching the whole time. So I'm
fun.
Like, yeah. And it was really cool. And there was this other artist that I might have developed a little crush on. He's from the Bay. He's huge. His name is ZHU. And he's huge. And he was also one of the like performers. But yeah, it was a great time. And I was like, wow, this is like such a different, I ain't never really been to any of those shows. I'm trying to think,
like
is
EDM
that,
and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, is that like the only Kaposi show I've been to? But I want to say I went to one in San Francisco, like earlier in her career when she made that transition.
And let me just say, Debbie is really such a sweet, fucking genuine soul. I love her.
Is. She really is.
Her.
So,
a girl's girl for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And love she her. Is like kind of socially awkward and stuff. And she does have a resting bitch face and she can't really control her facial expressions. So sometimes she will be looking at someone crazy and won't realize it because it'll have nothing to do with like that. It's a misconception with her. A lot of times people will think she's mean or stand up. She's such the opposite. Oh my God, she's such a fucking sweetheart.
She is.
But it's so cool to see her doing so fucking well. And like I just kept telling her like I'm so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you. Yeah, she's doing great at what she does and just deserves it, you know, because she's a hard ass worker and it's just really good at what she does. So that was really hella happy. Fun for me. And then like a couple people wrote me and they were telling me they were there. A couple of our listeners were sad that they missed it because they're into that kind of music and they were like, I'm gonna try to come to the next one. And I was like, I would love that because any Bay Area shows that she does, I'm for sure gonna be there.
I'll go to the next one.
Yeah, it was so great. It was just hella good atmosphere, no tension, no weird, like I'm used to being at like shows and shit where fights break out, unfortunately, or there's like weird shit going on or like people are angry or like you know, it was none of that. It was like the most positive fun show that I've been to in like a long time.
Good.
And
more of those.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I like people watching, especially when people are like on drugs.
And when people are having a good time.
And happy. It's so fun.
Like there was a guy there that had no shirt on but had a werewolf head on.
Love it.
Another guy that had a hot ass pink ski mask. And I was just like, you know, I'm keeping my eye on certain people. There was this one girl that was like goth and like her face was painted like super fucking white and then had her makeup on. She was gorgeous. She was hella dancing. She was one of my favorite to keep an eye on. Like
I love watching people dance.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Love that shit.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Good. I'm glad you got out and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Debbie got to shine. I love that.
Yeah, it was great. Did you see that Kat Von D got baptized in the Catholic Church?
Sick of her. Yeah, I did.
Kat Von D? Why are you sick of her?
I'm not a fan. I don't think I've ever been a fan of her.
Well, anyway, I'm happy for her because like whatever positive, you know what I mean? Even if it's something I'm not into, if it's like growth and like if it's a positive transition, no matter what it is, like I'm gonna be happy for you. And she's like covering up a bunch of tattoos, and she hasn't like publicly denounced witchcraft, but she did say that like she's just getting rid of a lot of books and a lot of tattoos and shit that don't align with where she is in life anymore, which of course is like getting rid of witchcraft.
Yeah, she said she's following God now.
Yeah. So
she's following God, and you know, in the Bible it speaks as ill of witchcraft, or
yeah, of course,
you know, it invites demons in and shit. So, well, that's what that is said. I don't believe that, but
yeah. But anyway, I'm happy for her because she looks super happy in her journey. And
what's the deal with her husband? Isn't she married to a gross guy?
He's not gross at all. No, he's a guy.
Because it was mentioned in the article. That's why I asked. I don't know about him.
Yeah, he's a musician. And
why do people call him a Nazi? He was referenced as a Nazi in the article.
No, he's a Chicano goth artist, and
what the fuck is that about?
They've called her that because she dated someone that was in like a Nazi Halloween costume or something back in the day. So I've heard them say that about her, but I haven't heard anything like that about him.
No, the article I was reading about her being baptized referenced that, and then in the comments, and I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't figure it out why. No one said why.
I know personally people that are personal friends of his, and they speak really highly of him. There was some controversy a few years ago because he has an adult daughter that he kind of, I don't want to say disowned, but maybe that's the word for it. They didn't have contact for a few years because he was in a gang, and she started fucking with one of his homeboys, and so he like turned his back on all of them basically. And
Alexa's about to get smashed.
Please unplug that shit and put it in another room.
Fuck.
So he turned his back on all of them basically, like the gang and his daughter, because she continued to have this relationship with this guy or whatever. And a lot of people had mixed feelings about that, and were like, well, you shouldn't have like turned your back on your daughter. You should have got at them or whatever for fucking with your daughter. But like whatever, how he handled it, there was controversy because of that.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
They have since made up and they have a relationship now, and that's the only foul thing that I've ever seen like talked about with him.
What the fuck? I couldn't.
You okay?
No. Right on my ankle bone, and it's asleep too, so I just felt it like fucking I want to know if somebody knows why that's said, because I couldn't fucking
if you
find
Google
it.
Kat Von D and Nazi, it'll come up the shit about the her fake ass Nazi affiliation or whatever, because someone wore a costume or something of like a
Prince
Nazi
Harry.
Of like a Nazi uniform or something back in the day that she like dated or whatever. There's been controversy about her quite a bit because she's anti-vax and she chooses to raise her kid in unconventional ways and shit like that. But I'm like, that's whoever's business. Like, that's not.
Yeah. As long as
I don't think that says like who you are as a person. That don't make you a bad person because you don't want to vaccinate your fucking kids. Like, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm all for whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Personal choice. Everyone parents different. As long as you ain't fucking beating on your kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I just was wondering if you knew about that because it was referenced.
Yeah,
I couldn't
absolutely not
find anything.
Not a fucking Nazi.
People love to use that fucking word, especially lately. Do you want to do write-ins?
Yeah.
Do you have some?
Yeah. Nope, that's not it. That's the Hilton. I'm looking at the emails. Okay, so this one is I won't say who it's from yet because I don't know if it's supposed to be anonymous. But hi, ladies. One of my best friends and Scorpio sisters, horny.
Your horny sister.
Just say that next
let
time.
me delete this.
One of my best friends and horny Scorpio sisters turned me onto your show when we became friends almost 4 years ago. She raved about how relatable the show was to our own experiences and advised me to start from episode 1, so I did just that. Ever since, I've been hooked and eagerly awaiting every week's podcast, and it's my go-to for every commute or long drive. I love that.
Same.
I've even had my 76-year-old mom listening along in the car at times.
Oh, God, I love you.
Anyway, it's our birthday season, and I wanted to request a birthday shout out to Mona and myself. We are both turning 40.
Horny.
And you're horny. November 5th and November 8th. She's truly the Patafria to my Crystal. Mona's dark-haired and tattooed, and I am light-haired, light-eyed, with a raspy sex operator voice like Crystal's. So I've been told, LOL.
I love that.
Her and I have some wild stories and history, and I'm looking forward to continuing life's journey with her by my side. Neither of us have had the easiest year, but it makes it better with her in it to know that we are never alone in our struggles. So please give her a birthday shout out from me. I'm sure it will make her day. We love you both and the show so much and wished we had made it to the live event. We will have to stay peeled to the next announcement. Love y'all. And that is from Shauna.
Happy birthday, you horny Scorpios.
Horny Shauna and horny
Mona.
Mona. Happy birthday to y'all. You can't even help it. It's not even y'all fault.
I love it. Do you want to read? I want you to read this birthday. It's great. The last line. And then I have one more thing to read, but
Okay. Can I give myself a birthday shout out? My birthday was on October 20th and I turned 26. I'm very proud of who I've become and excited to see what I'm going to grow into. I love you guys so much. You both inspire me and you taught me how to wash my legs in the shower.
oh,
Happy birthday to me. 1 year closer to death. Yay.
I love the last line.
No, for real.
Happy birthday, Tabby.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, let me read this. Hi, ladies. I wrote in before, probably over a year ago. You may or may not remember. I remember. I had wrote in needing support around my oldest son being recently diagnosed with schizophrenia. It was an incredibly difficult time. He had a violent episode of psychosis and was put in jail for 8 months. After jail, he was sent to a psychiatric facility for 1 year, then on to a halfway house. During this time, my 2 other children, whom already have been diagnosed with autism, developed severe anxiety and PTSD. Not to mention, I myself have a few diagnoses, bipolar disorder, etc. I try my hardest to be a good mom to my boys, but sometimes it's too overwhelming trying to navigate through their mental health struggles and then deal with mine. I feel that. I often felt guilt about me feeling like a shitty mom, even though I'm very open with my kids about my mood disorder. What I've realized is that I don't have many coping skills as a parent or individual, neither do my children. I'm in therapy and I really hope to acquire some coping mechanisms to help me be a better parent. As if being a single mother isn't hard enough, being a single mother with bipolar disorder and having an adult child who is schizophrenic and 2 other children on the spectrum has been really hard. Any advice on how to try to balance parenting would be greatly appreciated. I love you both to the moon and back. This podcast has been my saving grace. I've been following Patafria since before her podcast with DJ Fresh. You both continuously inspire me to be a better version of myself. I just need help in where to start. By the way, my 16-year-old son knows I listen to y'all, and he's heard about the true crime stories that y'all share from time to time. He loves true crime. He told me to tell y'all that if you want to listen to a very disturbing one, there's a story about a girl named Junko Furuta. I know about it. fuck no.
I'll listen to it. Thank you.
Oh, it's horrendous. It's right up your... It's
Perfect.
Fucking bad.
Perfect.
I had to step away a few times when listening to her story, saying I won't ever listen again. Sorry this is so long. All my love.
Thank you so much. And we sound like robots again.
Yeah, I don't think the static will pick up on the thing, though.
What I will say is mood stabilizers help.
Yeah.
You can't do much about you're all struggling with, something. It sounds like, and it's hard sometimes for shit to be smooth. Shit ain't always going to be smooth, but it's like trying to, I guess, be accountable when you have explosions is what I try to do. That's how I try to handle it.
Apologizing is huge.
Yeah.
Accountability, apologizing as a mom when you don't do best by your kids, being open about it. I know as someone who struggles with fucking severe anxiety, my ADHD, my PTSD, and then having a child who has severe anxiety and is on mood stabilizers, it's a lot of open conversations, real open conversations. Again, accountability. Also, as a mom, you have to take time for yourself. You have to do some form of self-care or you will deplete and everybody will be fucked off.
It doesn't help anybody if you have no energy. Like you can't pour from an empty cup, they say.
Yeah.
Like you have to make time, even if it's the littlest couple hours a day.
Sitting in your car for an hour.
A bubble bath.
Yep.
Like I have to set aside at least that or I'm going to not be pleasant.
100%.
Yeah.
Those are my suggestions. And just always being very open with everybody's journey.
Yeah.
Keep us updated as to if you start, doing self-care and just keep us updated.
That's what I was going to say. I had a situation the other day where I fucking exploded. It's in my notes. And I didn't apologize for it. I guess I probably might, like, for the way that I reacted. But I was just like, girl, like, you be really fucking pushing it. Let me tell you what happened. We take Peace to get a costume. And we're in there and Bunny's like, you already ordered mine or whatever, because she had sent me a link to order her costume and told me the size. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't order it yet. Let me do it right now so I make sure it arrives in time. So I go online real quick. I had just barely glanced at it the first time she sent it to me. So I ordered it. I paid for rush shipping, whatever. Hit submit. I bought it. And so whatever, we finish up in there with Peace. We get in the car. And before we paid, I was like, did you need socks or like accessories or anything to go with that costume? And, we talked about it and she was like, no, I'm good. And so I was like, okay. So I sat in the car and I was like, let me look at this costume real quick before we pull off, just in case there's any like other shirt or anything that needed to go with it. We could get it now, right? Not have to worry about it later. So I go to the link again and I pull it up. And when I glanced at it the other day, I thought it was like a slutty Girl Scout costume. Like with a little skirt and a half shirt, like a half polo shirt. And I was like, okay, whatever, this ain't that bad, but it's like the slutty version or whatever. So, no, when I go back to look at it, I kind of zoom in and it's a brownie costume, but it's a pot brownie costume. Bitch, don't laugh. When I tell you, no, cause it's coming. I couldn't intercept it. And when I say
Wait, what do you mean a pot brownie?
So it's a brownie costume, but it says pot brownie or something on the shirt. It has a beret. Bitch, there's a weed leaf on the front of the beret. There's a weed leaf on the front. There's a weed leaf on the back. It comes with a sash with a mouth with red lips smoking like a blunt. A weed leaf on that. I think there's a weed leaf on the skirt. I'm like, oh, this is a full-on marijuana costume. This is a marijuana whore costume.
It might as well be a marijuana leaf.
Do you know, I wanted to punch her in the... I said, oh no, wait a minute. And I'm just like scrolling.
Like, oh, come on, you guys already fucking smoke, but let's not advertise it.
Let's not. Let's not. So
Stop
I'm
making me look like the bad mom.
And I'm like, why? Hello. Like, what's not clicking? Why don't you get that? And so I'm like, listen.
Fucking teenager pushing the envelope.
I did not want to parade around the fact that my teenage daughter fucking smokes.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of parent are you trying to make me? I said, this isn't something I'm fucking proud of, bitch. I was ready to crash my car on Highway 4. I was
taking us
flying
all out.
When I say I was flying, bitch, I was probably doing 95 home. I wanted to fucking murder her. I think I even said, if I lose my money and I can't get, because I saw on there, I ordered it on the 23rd.
You're like, why can't you be the regular slutty brownie, not the slutty marijuana
you be
brownie?
A slutty Girl Scout? Why you gotta be a slutty weed whore? Like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, what in your right mind? Like, oh God, it made me, that was the first time.
I get being mad. For real, because it's like, come on, you're doing too much.
You're doing a lot.
And you know, I'm way lax, but I'm like, you're doing too much. We don't need to advertise it.
So I tried to be calm and be like, what the fuck makes you think I want to like advertise that? Like, I'm proud that you fucking do that. And then I had to be like, explain it to her. I'm not that cool. Oh my fucking God. Like, I had a full-on explosion.
Maybe just apologize for
the explosion.
Yes, apologize for that.
But my views are still the same.
No, I agree.
And my attitude is still very much the same.
And just tell her, maybe I overreacted in exploding, but I absolutely still feel the same way. And you can even throw in Auntie Crystal said, the girls wouldn't be wearing that shit either. That's
what I'm saying. Like, where on earth is anybody? And so it's still, they emailed me back because I saw that
You're
it said,
like, give that motherfucking
bitch. I'm gonna sell it. So if anybody wants to buy it, I'm gonna sell it. I saw this was the cherry on top. I go on the fucking website to look for the contact me help shit so I could try to call someone and be like, cancel that shit immediately. And it says Halloween costumes can be returned for refund or exchange only until October 23rd. Bitch, I ordered it on the 23rd.
Oh, come on.
So it shipped the next day. Then they emailed me, I think today or yesterday, and they were like, I'm sorry, we can't do anything. It's already en route to you. And I'm still pissed. I'm very much pissed. So I was like, either I'm going to sell it when it arrives to somebody on my page or whatever.
Or you're going to use it for your OnlyFans.
Bitch, no the fuck I'm not. Because I'm not a weed whore. So I'm a regular whore. So, or I was thinking I could go and buy patches to try to cover the inappropriate shit.
Yeah.
You know? And I hope that don't ruin it for you. I hope that don't ruin your plans. But like,
you're getting God patches on there now.
I'll put I love Jesus.
It's gonna say Christian school.
I'll put a Bible patch.
Yep.
I bet I could find them.
Honk if you love God.
The fish. You know, the Jesus fish. I'm gonna put all of those. We'll put those. We'll put a nice Bible. What the fuck were you thinking? Like, sometimes I'm like,
she's just trying
dude.
to push the envelope as a fucking teenager.
I'm not that cool.
Yeah,
I'm not that fucking cool. I'm really, really not.
We're not doing that.
Nah, that pushed me over the edge.
We don't need to advertise it.
Fuck no. No.
Just like I tell the girls.
I'm not going to buy you cigarettes. It's the same thing to me. I'm not going to fucking...
I hope they listen when I tell them, don't fucking post yourselves on social media smoking either, because it doesn't make you look cool.
And it don't make me look cool either.
No, it makes me want to kill you is what happens. So don't fucking
stop
do
that shit. Your little French inhale and shit.
You're smoking.
Oh my God, bitch. I want to fucking murder her all over again. Let's wrap this up.
No, because you're not going to go fucking lose it
I go
again.
start hitting her. Just kidding. I want to, but I won't.
Yeah, no, teenagers really try to push the fucking envelope.
God damn.
And you're like, let me just hurry up and order it. Because you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, of course I'm mad at myself. Because I'm like, how'd you miss that, bitch?
How'd you miss the big marijuana beret?
I just looked at the colors and I looked at the cut of the outfit. And I was like, all right, like whatever, I guess. Like, then the details. Pay attention to the details, y'all. Because they will try to pull one over on you.
Oh, what a little fucker. God damn. Mm-hmm. It's a little funny.
As she's on the phone, I already got my costume. My mom already ordered my costume.
I'm wearing it to school. I'm ready.
Girl, let her try it. It better say Jesus and I'll sew it myself. Not no iron on shit, not no Velcro shit, bitch. I'm stitching it. the fucking Susie Homemaker way.
Right. I got needle and thread. Sit there and...
What was she thinking?
Fucking typical teenage shit. Slick.
All right,
She almost got it, though.
Yeah. Like, you really thought I was that cool. Like, you're fucking out of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Makes me mad all over again.
No, I agree.
Anyway, if y'all want to buy it, I'll sell it for exactly what I paid.
Yeah.
Please buy it. It's a size extra small. Please buy it.
All right. Thank you guys. Fucking subscribe to the YouTube. Fucking leave a review.
Yes.
Share us. Share us really helps growing the show. I mean, that's like the best thing you could do for us. And that's it. Free Palestine. Suck it easy.
Always. Okay. Go to bed.
Suck it easy again.
Go to bed twice.